Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Proposed blockbuster Warriors trade pairs Steph Curry with dream teammate. The Golden State Warriors' ultimate dream is to pair Stephen Curry with Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James, which they tried but failed to do at the February trade deadline. The longtime rivals proved their games were a match made in heaven when they led Team USA to the gold medal in the 2024 Paris Olympics. Bleacher Report's Grant Hughes proposed a blockbuster trade that could make the Warriors' dream a reality if James and the Lakers change their minds. Golden State Warriors receive, LeBron James. Los Angeles Lakers receive, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Kevin Looney, 2026 first-round pick, 2028 first-round pick, 2030 first-round pick, 1-20. This proposed Warriors package is as complete as it gets with a former All-Star wing that could help them in the interim and young players, plus distant draft picks that could set them up for the future. The cost here is exorbitant, especially considering James is entering his age 40 season. Golden State is giving up all of the first-round equity it has left, swaps excluded, along with a potential star in Kuminga. And yet it still seems as if the Lakers would only consider taking back a package like this if James expressly demanded to be traded, Hughes wrote. Hughes said, "The odds of a trade like this actually happening might seem like they're somewhere in the 1,000,000-to-1 neighborhood, but if for some reason it would go down, the next big question for the Warriors is, do they have enough depth around James and Curry? The answer is yes, as they could still have a 10-man group filled with veterans to contend in the Western Conference. They would still have Draymond Green, Brandon Podziemski, and Tracy Jackson-Davis to join James and Curry in the starting lineup. The only potential fallout from this proposed trade is the Warriors would be short on big, athletic wings behind James, who is not expected to play the full season given his advanced age. The longtime rivals teamed up for the first time in high-stakes games, leading Team USA to a gold medal run in Paris. Their chemistry was a sight to behold as James repeatedly assisted or screened for a Curry three-pointer. All the battles we've had on the court and the back and forth, the fact that we actually got to be teammates, not just in any game like an all-star game or whatever, but in high-stakes basketball with a lot on the line. I think there's a deepened respect and friendship there," Curry said in an interview with People.com on September 3. Then Curry did not close the door on them potentially playing together again on the floor. "Hopefully, there will be more experiences in the future, even if we're teammates or not," Curry added. Their Olympic experience in Paris lit up a fire in their bellies as they enter the twilight of their storied NBA careers. "I think we motivated each other even more to however much longer we have left playing," Curry said. Ex-Warriors big man issues scary concern about Spurs star Victor Wembanyama's height. Many big men throughout NBA history have struggled to play a long and productive career in the league. For example, the 7'6" Yao Ming played only 8 seasons for the Houston Rockets before injuries forced him to retire. The same thing happened to Ralph Sampson. Now, ex-Golden State Warriors big man Paul Mokeski issued a similar height warning to the San Antonio Spurs rising star Victor Wembanyama. "It takes its toll," Mokeski said about Wembanyama's height via a report from Dusty Garza for NBC's News for San Antonio. "The human body is not made to be so tall." From Daryl Dawkins and Moses Malone to Earl Cureton, Wilt Chamberlain, and Jack Haley, they all died from heart-related problems. Mokeski also continued, "This is what happens with tall players like me who played in the NBA. We notice the former tall players who have passed away and how they died. Yes, it is a concern." Dawkins, Malone, and Chamberlain all died from heart issues at relatively early ages, but that's probably not as big a concern for Wembanyama, who has access to the advanced medical tools and techniques of the modern NBA. Mokeski, who played one game with the Warriors in his 12-year NBA career, seemed to agree. "When you look at his training, he has taken it to the extreme," he said. "Yoga, stretching, and all that. We didn't do those things. I wish we had. We did 15 jumping jacks and said, let's play. Yao Ming and Ralph Sampson also saw their careers end earlier than expected because of injuries, but the modern NBA has advanced enough medically that players can return to playing at a high level after career-ending injuries. For example, the 7-foot Kevin Durant tore his Achilles in the 2019 NBA Finals, an injury many people once thought was career-ending. It had effectively ended Kobe Bryant's career in 2013. But, not only did Durant manage to return to the court, but he also returned to his all-star self. Meanwhile, another ex-Warrior, Klay Thompson, tore his ACL and Achilles in 2019 and 2020, but he managed to recover and return to the court. The injuries robbed him of his ability to guard the opponent's best player, but he can still shoot the lights out on any given night. The San Antonio Spurs are ecstatic about rising second-year center Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama had an incredible debut season that saw him win the NBA's Rookie of the Year award. Of course, the highly touted center is not perfect and has room to grow. NBA legend and former Los Angeles Lakers star Shaquille O'Neal explained why does not think Wembanyama will be dominant in the future. One key skill that separates the Spurs center from others near his towering height is his ability to shoot the basketball. However, that ability is the reason Shaq does not think Wembanyama will take over like some believe he will. Wemby is a great player. But I don't really think you can be dominant when you shoot jumpers a lot. I think if he was an inside player at 7'5", the answer would be yes. But when you shoot jumpers, you're always going to go up and down, O'Neal said on the Pat McAfee show. Shaquille O'Neal's thought process might stem from the era he played in, which was less perimeter-centric than the 2024 period of the NBA. O'Neal was a two-way interior force, something that helped him win 3 championships with the Lakers alongside Kobe Bryant. At 7'5", Victor Wembanyama has the height to compete in the paint like few others, but his seeming emphasis on jump shots, as Shaq mentioned, might prevent him from reaching his full potential. As easy as it would be to make this prediction, Wembanyama's versatility is a major plus. Fans saw a glimpse of all he could do during his rookie year with the Spurs. Wembanyama may not be as strong in the paint as Shaq once was, but he will get stronger. He has the potential to be excellent on both the interior and the outside. Wembanyama's future production will tell a lot about whether Shaq's opinion becomes true or not. Regardless, the former Lakers legend and basketball fans around the world are excited to see what the Spurs center can do as he progresses in his career. Golden State Warriors fans react to Jimmy Butler report. The Golden State Warriors failed to acquire a star teammate for Steph Curry this offseason, but could revisit that pursuit ahead of this season's NBA trade deadline. During a recent episode of the TK Show, The Athletic's Sam Amick said Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler is a player Golden State is interested in. Via Amick, you need the wheels to fall off somewhere. Like you said, not free agency-wise, talking trade-wise. A couple guys who come to mind, Jimmy Butler is going to be a free agent next summer. Didn't get an extension done. The Warriors, as you know, have interest there and I think probably made a couple calls during the summer. That name comes to mind. Butler and Curry would be a fun duo, but some Warriors fans are rightfully skeptical their front office would ever make such a deal. Seemingly only interested in dealing for players who help them win now and in a post-Curry world, the 35-year-old Butler may not fit Golden State's plans. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.